Good afternoon. This is your girl Midas Touch Baby, and I hope all is well with you and that your weekend was wonderful and that your day will be even better. Let's get into today's content. It's called What About the Children? This video will be a very brief, quick video about what I have viewed in this docuseries that I saw on the ID channel on yesterday evening. It is called Quiet on the Set. The Dark Side of Kids TV. Rising Stars, Rising Questions about the 1990s Nickelodeon Network and the showrunner Dan Schneider. He had brought laughter and mentorship to kids TV, and he was one of the biggest supporters of Amanda Bynes. But behind the scenes, he was something else, honey. He was an animal. This is Dan Schneider. Now I know many of you was like, I kind of recognize that face, as you should. He was one of the cast members of the 1980s hit show Head of the Class, with Harold Hesseman, Robin Givens, Rain Pryor, to name a few. And his co creator of the TV show All That, Brian Robbins. So Schneider, like I said, was a showrunner of All That. The things that he is accused of doing and was found guilty of to a certain extent to some of the female staff workers that he had there, his writers, and the treatment to the non white children. The children who are African American descent has spoke and said the things that they had went through and things that he has allowed on set. Dan Schneider has even went as far as keeping the parents off the lot. So the parents couldn't go there at one point. Well, it was because he met this beautiful young girl at the Laugh Factory at the age of 10 years old named Amanda Bynes. And he found Amanda Bynes to be funny. So funny until she was brought into the TV show All That. And he had liked her ideas so much, he started mentoring her. Wow. And her father, who was hands on in the beginning, was there on set. But when her father, like other parents, started questioning some things, he was quickly removed, just like the other parents. So Dan Schneider had really a strong liking to Amanda Bynes, until it was even questionable about their relationship and how he really viewed her as she started growing up. And what happened in all those meetings that he had with her in his office behind closed doors, just the two of them. Why there was no one else in the room, Dan Schneider? You was a grown man and she was a little girl. What did you say to her? What happened? See, those are a lot of questions that a lot of people had. And they said that he acted as if he was God on the set. He was a tyrant. He was very mean. He was very cold and off putting. And they said some very disparaging things about you, Dan. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I believe them. And guess who else believed them? The judge had believed one of your staff writers because she won the case against you. And I just wanted to know, how is it during the 90s that executives at Nickelodeon, like Brian Robbins, who was there with you, but he eventually had left and he recently came back to Nickelodeon and he became a CEO of Paramount Pictures and at Nickelodeon Studios since 2021. So, at one point, Brian had left. When Brian was there, did he see any of this stuff? And if he did, what did he say or do? Because so far in the first episode, they was crediting one of the directors for always being there and speaking up and protecting the children. But no one said Brian opened his mouth. And maybe Brian decided not to say anything in front of other people. Maybe he said it behind closed doors. But we're going to get into that after March 23rd, because on March 22nd, part 3 is going to come out. And I want to come out with a great video to clearly break down everything. Until next time.